guys, I'm Harshita. I'm a final year MBBS student. Welcome back to my channel. Now ignore the mess happening behind because right now I'm in my hostel room and I haven't cleaned it since days. So we're just gonna ignore that and move forward. So I've been wanting to do this video since so long, like ever since I uploaded all about dissection wala video. I've been getting DMs on my Instagram as well that why don't you just tell a story time video about your first dissection experience. And I was like, I never thought about it. In the last video that was all about dissection, in that I just explain you all what all things you need to keep in your dissection kit, like the very most basic essential kit, and what all things to do during your dissection, before dissection and after dissection. Like I had made the whole flowchart. So if you want to watch that video, make sure to watch that video first and then come back to this video. This video is all going to be about my experience, like the very raw and real, my first dissection experience. How was it, and did I faint or not, did I cry or not, and how was the whole, like, the experience of working with cadavers and everything. And in the last, I'll give you a few tips and tricks of how you can maximize dissection to ace and get your concepts like crystal clear in anatomy. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the whole story begins in the year of 2020. Like it was COVID-19 pandemic going on, and by the month of November 2020, our NEET counseling had been almost finished. First round has completed, and I was lucky enough to get a government college here in Kim's Koppal. So I got admission in the first round itself, and I got admitted over here. So in November 2020 that happened, and at that time the cases were not too much. So that was done, admission process was over, and our official classes began from Jan 1st, 2021. So we are 2020 batch, but our academic year started from 2021 because of COVID-19 pandemic. So 1 month was the foundation course, which was completely online. So officially our offline classes started from 1st of Feb, like Jan full month it was online classes, like the whole foundation course. So first from February we all joined the hostel and everything, and our classes began. So in the initial days, what happened is we went to the dissection hall, but the cadavers were not there. So cadaver is basically a dead body which a person has donated for education purposes for medical students. So they are donating their body for our learning. So we need to give it like utmost respect and privacy. So that's why we call it as cadavers. Cadaver different from dead body. We don't call it as dead body because we don't want to disrespect it. So we call it as cadavers. So we used to go to the dissection hall, but we always used to think that cadavers will be kept, but there were absolutely no cadavers. So in the first week they teach you general anatomy and all the three subjects: anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, all the general stuff, general anatomy, general physiology and general biochemistry, they're gonna orient. And in the first week, I think first 2 weeks, general anatomy was taught to us, and it was like a basic introduction to the whole gross anatomy part, the huge subject of anatomy. It was like an introduction. So we used to go there. Our classes started from 9 o'clock, 9 to 10 one class was there, 10 to 11 one class was there, and from 11:30 I think 11, I don't remember, like I think 11:30 to 1 o'clock it was dissection time, like 1.5 or 2 hours, like that. Sometimes it used to begin at 11 o'clock only. Like after finishing our classes we used to go directly to the dissection hall. It was like nearby only, the lecture gallery was here and the college was here, so we used to just go after our classes and everything. So first 2 weeks we didn't get to see the cadavers, and there were no cadavers kept in the dissection hall. So we were like maybe they're gonna make it late or something like that, or maybe the cadavers have not yet arrived for us, for our batch. So I was like, okay, like the environment was really good, but there was, as usual, there was a lot of smell of formalin. So formalin is like a chemical substance which is used to preserve all the cadavers there so that they don't degrade, and we can like we see the structures, preserve structures as it is in the body. So formalin is used, and it is very, very pungent. Like seriously, it's so pungent. Like you get used to it, but starting May you just cannot. You have to wear a mask, you have to like wear some or the other thing, you have to keep your nose closed. Sometimes I even got irritation in my eyes. I used to cry like not because of seeing the cadavers, but because of that formalin irritating like nature. So it was so pungent. That is like about formalin, only that smell used to come, and I was like, it's okay, it is tolerable. First 2 weeks, no cadavers are kept and anything like that. We used to go to the dissection hall. We used to just see, it's like a big hall in which like 5 to 6 tables are kept, and like empty tables were kept, and there is this skeleton which is like hanging in one of the corners and other corners as well. Like one was artificial skeleton and one was the real one, and yeah, there are real bones. So we have to touch it, we have to study it. I think general anatomy was more of like this stuff, like identifying the bones. Starting may they'll teach you all the basics, identifying the bones, the parts of the bones, the articulation, joints and everything. It was fun. So we used to do that because cadavers were not there, and the only thing which we could see was the skeleton. And yeah, the whole framework was there, and it was nice. Like the first 2 weeks were nice. We didn't have to do anything much. We used to go to the dissection hall, and it was empty. So we used to just stand over there, and we were like 150 students in one batch. So they had divided 30, like 30 group, and in one dissection table 30 students were there. So I was in the section table number 2. Like my roll number was 33 in my first year. Now it's changed. So it was like mine was the section table number 2, and I was like, yeah, we used to just come to the dissection hall. We used to study with our books. Cunningham was there. Those memories. So this happened for the first 2 weeks. Okay, this all thing. And general anatomy got over. So the next week, like from the 3rd week onwards, general anatomy was over. They started from gross anatomy. So the main chapter, gross anatomy, that first chapter, I think in all colleges, the first chapter which they teach you is like upper limb and thorax. And in that also, the first and the foremost thing they teach you is the section of the thorax. And the first muscle which they teach you is pectoralis major muscle. At least in my college, all my juniors, they tell the same thing. Like the first and the foremost muscle you by heart after you come MBBS is that pectoralis major muscle, which is like a muscle of the thorax. Okay, it's a big muscle. So the first dissection is of the thorax, this area, full chest area, and upper limb is your full hand. Okay, hand is like this much according to anatomy. This is hand, forearm, this is arm, this is shoulder, and this is like thorax. So upper limb thorax is like hand in hand. We study it like together. So the first thing, okay, so first this was not expected. Okay, it came very unexpected. Now before that, I'll tell you a little bit behind the story, like behind prerequisite knowledge. So I have never seen a dead body before in my entire life. Okay, I have never seen it, and I am the first person in my entire khandan from both mothers and from the father's side to get MBBS. Okay, and in my entire khandan, no one has got MBBS. I don't have anyone to ask like advice or anything like that. I don't have anyone bigger than me, elder than me to go and ask like, oh, aisa hota hai kya, waisa hota hai kya, kaisa hota hai, aisa kuch. And I'm like completely blank, and I don't have anything to expect except that I had watched this Operation MBBS ka web series of Dice Media on YouTube, and in that they had shown the full dissection ka experience, the dissection scene and everything. So I was pretty much expecting that, like according to that web series, I was expecting that. But I want to say that it's nothing like that. Don't expect like too much from your college also. Maybe expectation rakho, but not too much. Okay, so it is always expectation versus reality. Na? I had a very high expectation ki, oh, aisa hoga, ye karna padega, wo karna padega. I don't know how will I react, how will the dead body be, and things such like that. So I had never seen dead bodies before in my entire life. The only dead body which I had seen is of my grandfather when I was in 3rd standard, and that too I didn't see like completely. I just saw it from like very far away. I was very small at that time. I was what, 6 or 7, 8 years at that time, and I don't even remember it clearly. That was my grandfather, and I was so small that I didn't know what was happening, like why everyone is crying, why my grandfather is just lying over there, and I don't know anything such like that, and I never saw him again. So I'm like, I was completely blank. I didn't know what to expect. I had a little bit of expectation, but I didn't know what was coming. So it was a very normal day, and I think it was Monday. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. And we completed our morning classes. That was 8 a.m. class and 9 a.m. class. Sorry, not 8 a.m. class. 8 a.m. class starts from 2nd year. We had 9 a.m. class and 10 a.m. class in first years. So we completed that, and after that, we went to the dissection hall. So the passage is like, you go inside like this, and is taraf my right side, it is physiology department, and this side, it is anatomy department. Okay, so we had a section. So we went like this and we went like this. Okay, so it would be anatomy department. So we went there. It is like a very long passage. Okay, very, very long, and you have to like walk a lot. Okay, and you go. एक स्टेशन पे यहाँ पे हिस्टोलॉजी लैब आएगा. हिस्टोलॉजी इज अ सब सब्जेक्ट ऑफ एनाटॉमी, लाइक सीइंग द टिश्यूज एंड एवरीथिंग माइक्रोस्कोप. तो वो आफ्टरनून में होता है हिस्टोलॉजी क्लास. ओके, and we are going. Okay, at the end of the passage there is dissection hall. Okay, and I'm going. Okay, we all are going, and I sense something different inside me, like here something kuch to, and I tell my friend ki something is I don't know, something is wrong, like I don't know, I think something will happen, something bad will happen today. And I'm like, I don't know, I don't feel fine. Like I had been to a dissection hall for the past 2 weeks, but there were no cadavers, and I don't know why I'm feeling something will be there and something bad is gonna happen today. And but I ignored it and I'm going. Okay, the dissection hall is coming like closer to me, and I'm smelling this so strong smell of formalin from the door itself, from the door of the dissection. I haven't even entered the dissection hall, and I'm standing at the door, and I don't know what is there inside, and I can feel the smell of the formalin already. Like it's so strong, and I'm like, what is going on? And then there are like locker rooms kept. So for the boys, the locker rooms are outside the dissection hall, like outside near by the door. And for the girls, it is inside the dissection hall, like a separate room, locker rooms, in which we keep our bags and stuff. So I had to go inside, and that door was there. Okay, it's such a huge door, and upar likha hai dissection hall. I went inside, and as soon as I went inside, the scene which I saw, I can't forget it. Like I just went inside. I was keeping my eyes to the ground, and as soon as I saw it, I could see 5 cadavers over there, like 5, and they are like completely naked, without any clothes. Okay, and at that time it was a bit shock for me. And I just saw like this, and I'm like, what? I just turned away to my friend and like, what is this? I'm like, what is this? What is this? Why have they not covered it? And I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? It is such a strong smell on top of that. And yeah, I just kept my head this side towards the wall, and I just walked inside the locker room. I removed my bag, I took out the Cunningham, I took out my dissection kit, I took out my gloves and everything, and I went towards the dissection table number 2, which was mine. So while I was coming out of the locker room also, I just came out of the locker room, and I'm just seeing there are like 5 bodies kept over there, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the middle 5, like this. Okay, 5. And I'm like seeing this, and I'm like, the first thing which came in my mind was like, why have they not covered it? Why is it like completely naked over there? And it's like true. Okay, these thoughts literally truly came in my mind, and I just slowly I walked my steps. I was getting scared of it. Okay, I just slowly walked, and I stood beside the table number 2 cadaver, and I didn't stand beside it. I was standing so far, and this is not me only doing it. All my friends were also like scared of seeing of cadaver for the first time, and we all were scared, and we all were like talking like, what is happening? What we gonna do with this man? Like that, like small kids. And it was like too far away. Like the table number 2 cadaver was this far, and we were like standing over here. And everyone was like scared, and finally our lecturer came, like anatomy HOD sir, and he's like, why are you standing so far away from the cadaver? You want to do dissection or not? Come near the cadaver. And we are like, we just came like near the cadaver. Now the cadaver are like this much in distance, like so much near, and we went near it. And I'm a very keen observer. Okay, I observe things very carefully. And for the first time I saw the cadaver, it was of an old man. Okay, he was very obese. It was a very old man, and I'm just seeing it. I'm just observing. I have put a mask because of that strong pungent smell. I'm just observing. Okay, his body, his face expressions, his the attitude of the limbs, how is their body, legs and everything, such like that. And I'm like, it is scary, dude. This is scary. This is feeling like I am in some kind of ghost or zombie movie or anything like that. And I was feeling so scared, but I was not able to express it at all. And for the first 2 3 days, for the first 1 week, 5 6 days, we used to just come to the dissection hall. We just used to stand beside the cadaver, and our sir used to just teach us. That's it. We didn't do dissection. We just used to stand beside the cadaver for 1 week. The motive behind this was like you used to get used to stand beside the cadaver and get used to it. So that was the main objective of it. For 1 week, we just came to the dissection hall. We used to stand beside our cadavers, dissection tables, and we used to study from our textbook and just go. We didn't do any dissection. Next week, when we were like fully comfortable with the cadaver and seeing it and everything, it was like the time for dissection. And the thing is ki I am first roll number, okay, from my like second dissection table, and sir came, like our sir came, and there is like one dissection table, one professor is like appointed. They're gonna come and they're gonna teach you dissection. And I was the first one, so sir came and he's like, where is the dissection kit? I'm like, sir, I have brought it. I'm like, why are you holding it like that? Wear your gloves, start dissection. And I'm like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I don't know what is scalpel, what is the instruments. I don't know anything. I expected that they're going to teach the name of the instruments at least. I don't know what is scalpel also at that time. And to my surprise, my friends knew it. I don't know how, but I didn't know anything. So I just opened my dissection kit. I'll put a picture of my dissection kit over here. I don't have it now. I just gave it to my junior. But there were a lot of instruments and I got confused. So sir used to ask me scalpel and I'm like, kahan hai scalpel? Kahan hai? And yeah, so that went, and it was my turn. Finally, okay. Finally, it was my turn, and I wore my gloves, and sir is like, put an incision like this, full thorax incision. And I'm like, I'm wearing a mask, okay, it is so pungent smell. I'm wearing gloves, I'm holding the scalpel for the first time, and I'm seeing the cadaver, his face, he's staring at me, and sir is like, do it, put the incision, do it, go for it. And I'm like, my hands started shaking like hell, and I'm like holding this. I don't know what to do, how to do it. And this is like completely honest, and I think like for the 1 month of dissection, I used to get this feeling that, I don't know, I think this will be a very rubbish feeling, very stupid feeling, but I used to get this feeling that as soon as I will dissect it, as soon as I hurt the cadaver, that cadaver will get angry, and that is not a cadaver, that is just a person sleeping, and as soon as I give the incision, he's gonna get up and he's gonna slap me like hell. And I'm like, why did you put incision on me? Why are you hurting me? It will tell me like that. I used to get this feeling. I know it's a very stupid feeling, but this used to haunt me because I used to watch a lot of ghost movies, zombie movies, and in that, it's like, it was feeling like that. So I used to get this feeling all the time for the first 1 month, that as soon as I put an incision, he's gonna get up, he's gonna slap me, and he's gonna ask me, why did you put an incision on me, you lady? So this feeling stayed with me for the first 1 month, and then it got disappeared. Like, मैंने इतना सारा dissection कर लिया, अभी भी ये नहीं उठ रहा है, तो that means he's पक्का dead, and he's not a live person, he's not zombie and anything ghost or anything such like that. So yeah, I'm like safe, and nothing will happen to me even if I cut and remove his organs also. So yeah. So yeah, my hands were shaking, and finally, with so much of guts, I gave the first incision from like here to till the umbilicus. I gave the incision, and that was like the first time, and my hands were literally shaking. It was not very smooth, so it was like like this. I don't. And sir was like, "Are you cutting vegetables? What is this?" So I'm like, "Sir, I'm scared. So why is it?" So that happened, and first is the skin incision. You cut the skin, like there is skin, and then you give all the correct like flap incisions, and you remove this flap, right, left, okay. And as soon as you remove, like underneath the skin, there is subcutaneous tissue, fascia and everything, epidermis, dermis, fascia, all the anatomy, okay, we were seeing it, and we removed it, and then because our cadaver was really fat guy, so he had a lot of fat, okay, and that was like yellow color adipose tissue, okay. The thing is ki it's very cumbersome process to remove fat, because you have to hold forceps from your one hand you have to pull the fat, and then you with the other scalpel you need to cut it, and that fat, yellow color fat adipose tissue, is very very smelly and it looks very bad. So I'm like fat remove करने का काम ही है. For I think 2 to 3 days we were just removing the fat only, like on alternate basis. My baju roll numbers and everyone, they are coming, they're wearing gloves, they're removing fat, and that's it. We didn't see any muscle for the first 2 days, and then finally when we removed fat, we finally saw some muscle, and that was like the first muscle of thorax, which is pectoralis major muscle, like goes and inserts over here. It's a very huge muscle, like that covers the whole front of the chest. And as soon as we saw the muscle fibers, we were like, wow, we did such a, like, it's like a treasure hunt, and we finally found the muscle. And for the past 2 days we were just removing fat, and it was getting so much of bored, and finally we found the muscle, and we were so happy that we called our sir and were like, we found the muscle and like that. And sir came and he's like, remove it, or like the remaining fat and everything. And we cleaned it up, like we removed absolutely all the fat which was there, and finally we could see the muscle, which was the pectoralis major muscle. And to be honest, one more stupid feeling came in my mind. As soon as I saw the muscle, I touched it obviously with my fingers, like with gloves, and I don't know, I know this is another stupid feeling, but please excuse me, this is very stupid. As soon as I touched it, as soon as I felt it between my fingers, I was like, ये तो chicken जैसा लग रहा है. And like, I'm a non-vegetarian. I know how like chicken ka muscle it feels, no? And pure vegetarian will not relate to this, but yeah, whenever you are eating like chicken or mutton, that muscle fibers which are there in leg piece or anything, they are like in fibers only, that is muscle only, but they are like white muscles, fibers. So as soon as I touched that pectoralis major muscle, it was feeling just like that, and I was like, ये तो chicken की जैसा लग रहा है. And yeah, it was texture also same and everything, but the only thing was it was a little bit of grayish in color, like the muscle. It was not completely white like you see in chicken breast piece muscle like that, but it was grayish in color, pinkish, grayish, dark gray, like that. It was color of the muscle. I think because it was a little bit of formalin was preservative was added, and it was, I think, rigor mortis also happened. Maybe because of that, color also changed. I don't know how many days that body was kept after the person died. So yeah, this was the feeling which first time came after touching the muscle, the human muscle, for the first time. And yeah, that was like the first class in which officially I did my dissection, and I was feeling so happy because I felt like an achievement and it was really fun. And after that, I never felt scared of cadaver. In the starting 1 month, I was feeling like that, but then I didn't feel anything. Did I cry? No. I only cried because of the pungent formalin smell, for only that. Did I faint? No. But in my batch, I think the first person to faint was a guy from dissection table number 4 or 5, I think, that side. So yeah, one guy had fainted. I don't know any other person who had fainted. So yeah, that was it. And as soon as the dissection like started, we removed the pectoralis major muscle, we saw pectoralis minor muscle, which was like inside it, and we saw other muscles, and then we moved to the axilla part, like the underarm area, in which there are like brachial plexus, like the whole plexus of nerves. There is artery, vein over here, and it felt nice. It felt really nice. When now I am in final year and I think about like first year memories, dissection was so good, like so good. And yeah, as soon as another thing which I remember is our professor had dissected like the axilla part, and he had shown us nerve for the first time. Like, this is the nerve, this is the artery, this is the axillary artery, this is the vein, and this is the nerve. He just showed it, and I was like, wow, this is the nerve. I'm touching a human nerve for the first time. This is how nerve feel like. I didn't expect it that. And I touched the artery also. It was circular. It was very like muscular, elastic type. And I touched the vein also. The wall was collapsed of the vein. He told us the difference between an artery and a vein by touching it. And we saw the nerves. The nerves were like amazing. Especially brachial plexus was so difficult to dissect, and in our cadaver, I don't know what happened, we accidentally cut a lot of nerves. So we used to go to other dissection table cadavers, and we used to see it, and I was so like mesmerized. I was so in surprise that all this stuff is packed inside our body, not only in one part, like the whole body is packed with so much stuff inside, and everything is like moving smoothly, like nothing is happening. And I was so shocked, and this made me realize that human beings are such a complex creature. Like, if I have to move my hand like this, then the signals has to come from the motor cortex area to my hand muscles, and then again go back, and all those stuffs, and this happens in milliseconds, sometimes in microseconds also. And whenever I study about this, whenever I study about anything about the human body, I am like so in awe, like wow, what a creature God has made human beings as. And yeah, that was it for my first dissection experience. And subsequently, the entire first year, you're going to be doing dissection, and I dissected quite a lot of organs, but I clicked a lot of pictures, like a lot of pictures, and my favorite picture is going to be this one, in which I'm like holding brain like in my hands, and I just love it. I just feel that this picture is very cute. I have one more picture in which I'm holding the spinal cord, like the whole cord, and I think I have a picture with liver as well. I'm holding the liver, I'm holding the stomach, I'm holding the spleen, and what else? I'm holding the heart also. If I get the pictures, I'm gonna put it over here because they are like first year memories, and when I see these pictures back, I'm like, thank God I took pictures with these. And you also, please, juniors, go and take a lot of pictures, make videos, take pictures, a lot of pictures. They'll be in your memories forever, and you can also boost in front of your non-medico friends that, see, I'm holding a heart, see, I'm holding a brain, you know what say. You can boost it, and it's like crazy. It makes you feel a little bit closer to the subject, and you feel happy when you study from the textbook. Like when you study from the textbook, you know that this structure, it is there from the theory aspect, and when you go to the dissection and you see the same, when you correlate it, like I had studied this nerve, it should be there in this side, and I'm confirming it in the cadaver that this nerve is there, okay, and that remains in your long-term memory, and you're gonna be like good to go with your first year anatomy part. So anatomy is like favorite, thoda pyar for me at least. It's very nice. It's a very good subject. It is volatile. It is huge. But if you break the huge thing into small sections and you study it consistently, then I think that huge burden will be less, and yeah, your first year will be like the best year of your life, especially when it comes to anatomy. I have a soft corner for anatomy because it was my favorite subject in first year when it compared to physiology and biochemistry. I don't have much interest in physiology and biochemistry, but anatomy is pure, literally. And yeah, I guess this was all about my first dissection experience. If you have any doubts or questions of what to expect, what to not, tell me in the comment section below. I'll be really happy to answer them. And please don't faint, okay? Please don't cry. Have a very strong heart. Touch all the muscles, touch all the nerves, arteries, veins, whatever, and do dissection as much as you can. Take a good dissection kit, and your scalpel breaks also, please have extra scalpels. Please have all the extra instruments, whatever instruments is there. Buy Cunningham book if you're like according to your college, whatever book they tell. And yeah, just study that topic one day beforehand so that you like know what the structures to expect or not. And also it is good to keep a skeleton like bone set with you, but if you can't afford it, then you with your roommates can buy as a set or take it from your seniors. Like taking from your seniors is like the best job. Like I bought my bone set in first year, and I'm like idiot over here, and now I'm just giving that bone set every year to my juniors. And even now also my my bone set is with one of the juniors, and as soon as their final exams get over, I pass it on to the next junior. And yeah, I hope my bone set was over here so that I could have shown you, but I'll put a picture over here of my bone set. Like I love it. So yeah, don't get scared, and your first year will be like makhan, butter, smooth. And that was it. Hope you like this video. Hope you like such story time experiences. I have a lot of topics remaining, like all those experiences, like first posting experience, first labor watching experience, like first time birth, like seeing birth happening. And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you like such story time videos. I'll be really happy to make more of them because clearly I love chatting and speaking. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll meet you super soon in my next video. Until then, stay happy and keep smiling.